everyone, welcome to Playoff Season 3 presented to you by none other than Colt Esports. As we all know, it's a simple knockout tournament. The total prize pool is worth around 15k. And guys, we had some interesting matches yesterday, and with the same excitement, we will be looking at the interesting fixtures that we have here in the day 2 of the tournament. This is gonna be game number 6, and you're gonna watch this match with me, Marcus, and my co-caster, Annie. So, Annie, why don't you just introduce the teams that we have here?
Hello everyone, I'm back and today with us on the blue side, my daddy esports and on the red side, Aogiri. So I think we are just gonna wait until they start the game.
Your
Yep,
team
and
is banning.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Marcus.
Yep, and with this, we are just gonna be jumping right into the draft. The first ban is gonna be coming in from Moi Daddy Esports. I'm gonna be just calling them MDE from here after. So let's see what the first ban is gonna be. Any guesses, Annie?
Not really. We have been seeing weird bans coming, especially in the tournament.
Is the proof
Your
that
team is banning.
Again, I would have never guessed they would have banned as the first ban. So, would you guess that?
I didn't. Your team
Not
is
really.
banning.
So that's an interesting ban that we're seeing there. Valentina ban coming in from Aogiri, and I think that's an expected ban because Valentina is just dominating in the mid lane tire these days. Any calls, Annie, on the second ban? The first ban from MDE was totally unexpected.
I am guessing this one also is not
I
very
am he.
unexpected.
Your
And
team
always
is
will be.
banning.
No matter
This
what.
game have been a lot of trouble.
Hello,
and
my friend.
Your team
this
is
being
picking.
banned, we know that in the late game he impossible to even kill anyone. So we can see the first pick is gonna be from the daddy. I'm gonna call them daddy. So yeah,
Needs your team is picking.
the right. I think she is in meta. Like her damage in that. Tell me about it.
Yep, she's the newest addition to the hero from Muton and the original server. And we know Melissa, it takes quite a time and effort to just
Everything
practice it. But
engulfed in
once you master it,
flames.
the damage is just insane towards the late game. It's almost like Nia's, the burst that she gives. Looking at Auguri's pick here, to
Your
retaliate that
team
Melissa
is
pick,
picking.
they've gone for the Valir and Tigreal. A lot of CC coming in.
Let's see.
Both are going to be really annoying. Valir, the early game will be totally dominated by that Valir, and Tigreal is going to be, trying to do those invades, do those buff resets.
Your
and
team
whatnot,
is
and
picking.
Thousand
the implosion
worlds.
coming in from the bushes. That's
And
going to be
not a
interesting as
single
well.
worthy
Meanwhile, we
foe.
can see MD have gone for the Kufa pick and the Martis pick, which is like, the perfect pick against the Tigreal. Kufa definitely counters that Tigreal. His ball form will stop that invades to some
My
extent.
fists
And
are
Martis,
on
the
Your
anti-
team
hero,
is
definitely
banning.
gonna cancel out Tigreal's ultimate whenever he tries to do so.
Definitely, we know that, and we can see that Aldous being picked. Aldous late game. No one wants that. They do have that quite triangle. We have to just wait and watch what daddy they're gonna pick. Right now, they had an option of
Your team is
Lancelot,
banning.
and they ended up banning Lancelot. Definitely Lancelot, and he is an amazing player. Hyper. So yeah, looks like they're gonna ban another hyper maybe.
Yeah, both the teams
Purple
haven't
and
picked
Koopa
Hyper
are
yet,
the Your
but yeah,
team is picking.
Auguri hadn't picked their marksman and Upal was open. Clint is also open, so far. They could go for that Clint. But Lance, like you said, it makes sense because they don't, from what we see right now, they don't have any hero that can actually counter out that Lance. Meanwhile, Freya being locked there, I'm not sure, no, like why the Freya was picked there. Perhaps we might see Aldous in the jungle. Meanwhile, if you see MDE, they've gone for that Aulus in the jungle. We know Aulus is really devastating in this meta. In late game, the axe deals quite a ton of damage, and in the mage, we're going to be seeing the Kakura, which is a good pick against that Valir. She can just, cam those bushes and just one shot that Valir, and she even has the built-in Purify to just escape. But no, they have changed that decision. They have gone for that Eve pick.
Eve, we know that Eve is an amazing mage. She has a lot of damage itself in the late game. She destroy the hero completely. So talking right now, I personally think the draft is real good with that Alwas in the jungle damage. So I'm guessing they have secured their late game completely for now.
Yep, Aulas and Melissa are gonna be devastating towards the late game. Adding to the the slow effects of the Eve and her zone is gonna be really hard to deal with. If you see Auguri's draft, they don't have any MM. They're gonna rely on that Aldous in the goal lane to carry them in the late game. But they got a decent early comp here. There's that Valir who's gonna be annoying a lot. Hayabusa, if he gets few kills early on, he's gonna be snowballing there. So quite interesting match. We just have to see how it's executed. And based on the draft, who do you think has the better hand?
Based on the draft, my personal not favorite I would say, but I personally think my daddy has a better draft with the perfect jungler and the side laners and the so yeah, I don't know. It depends on the rotation. The team executes the plan. Either they are pushing or they are going for the kills. Based on that, we'll figure out.
Absolutely. So, guys, welcome to the Land of Dawn. And as we kick off the first game of day two, this is going to be game number 6, not game number 5. It's Muay Thai Esports against Augiri on the red side. We can see the EXP lane. Okay, Atlas is making his way to the lane. I expected him to go to the goal lane. But yeah, sure. He's going to be contesting the EXP against that Martis. Meanwhile, in the goal lane, we're going to be seeing Melissa against the Freya. And let's see if there is an early mid invades, because there is the Tigreal, there is that Valley. They got a really good early game advantage there. So let's see if we're going to be seeing some invades or not.
Definitely talking about the top lane, I guess for now, Martis will be dominating that lane. Look at the damage he's giving to Aldous right now. And in the bot lane, we can see Melissa is dominating there. So looks like the early game is advantage for that daddy. Okay, there was a contest near Litho and team Augiri managed to get the Litho. Looks like Martis might be in bad position. Will he be able to escape from there?
Yep, he could, immune those CC and just escape. Yep, he will be escaping that. Meanwhile, Aldous just getting his stacks. Well, okay, in the bot lane, we just saw the jump here coming in from the Kufa, but Freya isn't that squishy, because in the goal lane, if that was an MM, that it would have been chaotic, but there's a fighter here in both the side lanes for the side of Augiri, so they are going to be, adding to that sustain there. Let's see, Aulus has rotated there. He's going to be capping that bush. Tigreal totally unaware. He's just proceeding to get sandwiched. We might see an interesting gank here. Tigreal surrounded by 4 members of MDE, and yep, he will be going down. That's the first blood coming in for the Aulus, and he's going right, like straight away to that turtle.
Still goes to that daddy and the turtle is up. And I think it won't be a big task for Alus to get the kill, but his Martis really in a bad position now.
Blue team hero has been slain.
Yeah, he was in the bad position and will be taken down at the same time. But it is an easy turtle for Team Daddy, and they will manage to get Hayabusa. Might be in bad position. Will he be caught off guard? Yes, Eve gets that kill.
Absolutely, using her ultimate there, and Tigreal will be falling down as well. So that's the core and the tank, getting killed there. In that skirmish, they should have backed off, because they didn't have that chance to contest the turtle. Meanwhile, we can see kind of a stalemate there in the bot lane. But Melissa is definitely forcing Freya to her turret. But she's got that shield. She's really tanky. Melissa should watch out for that. Meanwhile, the engage is on. Freya almost getting Melissa. Will she get though? No. Melissa just managed to survive that with the help of her turret. The Kufa is here for backup. He's gonna be trying to get some setup. We might see some gank here, because Hayabusa and Tigreal are following up as well. So let's see who gets the better end of this gang. Tigreal popping his flicker, using his second skill, getting Melissa in his CC. But Kufa coming in with the ball, he was quite late, but Hayabusa will be able to escape that. Meanwhile, Kufa charging in the bush yet again, jumps on the Tigreal. He will be backing off, because that's not what he was targeting. He shouldn't be going for the tanks. So yeah, that's going to be a back. Meanwhile, in the top lane, you can see Martis somehow trying to dominate that top lane.
Definitely, we can see Martis dominating the top lane. And talking about gold, there is not much of difference. It's just somewhere 600. Like Daddy is an advantage for now. If Melissa could have just recalled from the team going for the kills. So basically, that's what they are going for the kills. They might actually lose. Need to have proper team execution as well. But the bot
Red
lane
team
turret will
turret
be
has been
taken down.
destroyed.
They are still rotating in the bots. Let it take away all the gold from them. And we can see the turtle is up as well.
Yeah, MD going straight for the turtle. They did that goal lane rush. They're
Blue
trying to
team
get
has
the MM,
slain the turtle.
dominate her lane as much as she can. And everyone are like people have those doubts. Like Melissa is a new hero. Usually, people don't allow new heroes in tournament. But I think we had clearly stated to all the teams that no heroes are banned here. Any heroes are free to use as long as they're not banned by the other teams in the draft. But yeah, there's no such
Red
heroes
team
that's banned in
hero
this
has
tournament.
been
So any
slain.
hero is free to use, including Melissa. Meanwhile, we can see some skirmish here. Hayabusa just ulting Kufra. Will he be able to get that kill? Though no, Kufra just surviving that. He's not squishy, to get one-shotted by Hayabusa at this point. Uh, but in the mid lane, we can see Mart is making that rotation as well. Will we see something in the mid lane, Annie?
I think they'll just retreat for now. But then, since there is Freya, they might. Okay, both the team just retreats for now. Like they are going to push. You can see the hyper fighter and the mage going down. So I think Aldous might be. Uh, they,
Yep.
Killing
yeah,
spree.
and then there's the pause.
Do you know who asked the pause? I'll just say what's happening right now. The Tigreal is gonna be landing that implosion, continuous CC coming in from the Valir, but no one dying there though. Tigreal instead paying the price for that wonderful ultimate that he just did, and Valir will be going down as well. That was not expected there. That was a nice implosion. That was a nice stun coming in from the Valir, but no one died, and they both were killed off instead. So guys, the pause was asked in Discord. But yeah, that's done. Now we are gonna be resuming now. Meanwhile, is ulting on the Melissa, but she's still got her first tier 1 turret, so she's pretty safe over there.
Definitely, we can see two tires being taken down, both the turtles, and the benefit of Moi Daddy, and they do have the gold advantage as well. 4K, we can see the third turtle is up. I still wonder why didn't I actually go for the turtle? They could have put around that. It would have benefited them a point. Right now, we can see that. Okay, did it just melt the turtle down?
Yep, they did, and Tigreal is pretty low as well, and they aren't gonna stop. Perfect ultimate coming in from that Eve, and Arla's just slashing everyone, whoever just gets in the way. Meanwhile, Arla's 1 HP there. He will be taken on as well by those tappings from Eve.
Definitely getting an unstoppable, and looks like the second turret will be taken down as well. Martyrs forcing Freya to retreat. She did retreat in 1 HP. That is called luck right now. Okay. So yeah, I think they're gonna go for the mid turret as well. Big deal for Melissa to take down that here. But look at the damage coming from Eve as well. This. So right now, I think the red team needs to be playing safe for now. They should be playing very defensive, right?
Yep, absolutely. They had the chance in the early game, but they didn't take that. Now all they have to do is just rely on that Orlus to carry them in the late game. But look at the goal difference; it's almost 10k. And yeah, they are just adding to it. They'll definitely reach 10k at the end of this team fight. Martin's diving in, but he will be taken down. Meanwhile, damage coming in from the Marisa. Valir goes down as well. Kufra almost surviving with 1 HP, but no, he instead, baited them out, baited them towards his teammates, and they just finished them off. So that was a really nice bait by Kufra. He sacrificed himself, but got the enemies to his team, and the goal difference is almost 10k, almost 10k.
Is 10k right now. So yeah, now it's 10.
Yeah, now it is.
You can see the first floor is gonna be up. A legendary coming from this total domination going on here. And taking the first floor wouldn't be much big deal for Alus. He alone is melting down that big deal right now. So Mothers, do you think there will be a possible chance for game to turn over?
It's gonna be really hard, to just climb that goal difference just like that. It's almost 12k now. We just need to see a perfect wombo combo coming in from the Tigreal and that continuous CC from Valir. But they do lack that damage. They don't have someone who can just deal that damage from afar, because Aulus, Haya, and Freya, they three have to go in to deal those damages. And once they go in, Aulus can just burst them down. And there is that Eve with the range. It's gonna be really hard. I don't think they have any chance of comeback here. Sorry to say, guys, if you're an Augeri fan, really sorry to say this, but it looks really hard for you guys to make a comeback, because there is that Martis who can just cancel out Tigreal's ultimate. There is a Kufa as well, so it's gonna be hard. Let's see if they can defend this Lord though. It's not an enhanced Lord; it's a level 1 Lord, but they should try to at least hold down all their inhibitors, because losing inhibitors is gonna be really really hard to recover.
And netly, we can see that Team Daddy is just clearing the waves at the same time. So either they might be looking to push 1 or 2 turrets or end this game right now. But Tigreal using and conceal to go, but noticed by that Martis. So yeah, 1 tier is gone. Either they end or I think it's mostly an end.
Yep, and the gank is on. Perfect ultimate coming in once again from that Eve, just zoning everybody out. Poor people dead. It's just Wally surviving. I don't think he'll be able to do much. He's being chased to the waterfall from that Martis, and that's gonna be it, guys. GG's for Muay Thai Esports. MDE. They've taken this win with a total domination there. They were really good in the draft, and they've executed their plans as well. Look at it, Alus KDA. It's 10-08. You got anything to add to this, Andy?
Congratulations to my daddy. Like I said, while seeing the draft, I kind of knew that they would win. So yeah, but the damage coming in from the Moy Daddy was real amazing. Maybe a little defensive. If Team Augiri would have played, they could have done something, but they weren't defensive. They were just trying to protect their turrets. They just jumped in and destroyed everything. So yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Like you summed up, they were kind of outdrafted by MDE. Even though they got that value, they got the trigger. They should have done much more in the early stages of the game, but they couldn't do it. The pressure was so much from MDE. So congratulations, MDE, for winning this round. All the best to your upcoming matches, and better luck next time, Augiri. So this is it, guys. So stay tuned. Wait up for the next match coming up. This was me, your main caster Marcus, with my co-caster Annie.
Thank you.
Welcome everyone. Good evening. You guys are watching the Colt Season 3 playoffs. Yes, this is the second day of the evening, guys. We are going to have the third match. Well, technically the second, but the third according to fixtures, and the teams in front of us will be the Dreads on the blue side taking on Zayaku on the red side. We're going to begin the drafting in just a few minutes, so you need to make sure to stay tuned while I introduce you to my co-caster. That's going to be Bloody Face. Bloody Face, man, how are you doing?
Hey, Skid, I'm doing good. How are you? Long time no see. What's up?
And just amazing. You're seeing me, man, shoutcasting like this after so long. I'm just a little bit rusty, that's all.
Yeah, the game's rusty, but your casting's not. But yeah, let's have some fun tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Even my game as well as my casting are meant to be honest, but still waiting for the teams to begin. Well, previous match, it was a pretty straightforward win coming in for that team. You know, I did not technically see that match, but yeah, I knew. 3 seconds का काउंटडाउन भी दे देना. Everyone, there was just a little bug coming in, but we are audible finally. So apparently players were not ready at that time. They are ready right now. We're
Your
gonna
team
just wait
is
for a few more
banned.
seconds, and that's going to be us entering into the draft. So Blurry, what are you expecting with the bans and the picks from these two teams?
Well, I'm guessing some meta bans, probably a Yin or Melissa from the blue side, or some target bans, I guess.
Hmm. I wouldn't be surprised to see even the Sicilian being banned out. And
Your
Lancelot, I was
team
just
is
about to say
banned.
that. And the blue
Hmm.
team, the Dregs, they just banned it away. The Sicilian in the current meta, it's being picked a
Yeah,
lot. And even in the MPLs, Blurry, I am seeing
that's
a
right.
lot of Sicilian
I will
ban.
protect you. Your
Well,
team
he's
is
got kind
banning.
of balance. I mean, provides a lot of damage. He just needs LT and COD, and he's all set to go for a team fight. So yeah, Sicilian is a hot pick right now, but
Your
we are
team is
saying
banning.
Lolita and Roger ban. That's decent ban, I would say. What do you think about that, Skip?
I really like the Lolita ban because the current meta it actually revolves around you
Hmm.
staying side by side to your team. And what's the best counter for that? Lolita. Literally, the
Right.
BTK in M3 invented this meta and it's been
Your
banned
Yeah.
or
team is
pegged since
picking.
then.
Right. BTK just hard shut the blacklist by picking up the Lolita, and that's been the meta. And wow,
Your
well,
team
Okay.
is
that's
picking.
amazing. I like that Franco pick. What do you have
Well,
to say?
that's probably because you yourself are a Franco main after all. Who loves
Yeah, man.
hooking.
Yeah, even though if he doesn't hook, he makes sure that he can zone the enemy with that hook distance. So yeah, I guess it's probably for zoning or for the hook. But yeah, it's a good pick. I like Franco. It's a fun hero.
I would agree. I would agree. But honestly speaking, in my personal opinion, I feel like there were a lot of heroes that could have been first pick. Something like the Melissa, who can bully
Your
Yeah.
team is
literally
picking.
anyone in that goal lane, or maybe the Clint.
Maybe they're waiting for the red team's goal pick. Probably if they go with Melissa, they can just pick Brody to counter. But not sure what kind of lineup the blue team is up to. So let's see. The draft is not revealed yet.
Yes, that is true. Now there are some amazing skin shows coming in by the side of
Yeah.
Dreg. Aku picked up the Hylos as well as the Esmeralda. So pretty tanky picks coming in from their side. One for the early game and the other one for the
Your
late
team
game.
is picking.
Exactly. And as you were talking about the meta pick, there it is for you, the Cecilion and the Collector 1-1. That skin. That skin.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I am a 1-1 main, so I know how deadly she gets. But I really feel like that she can be
Your
bullied
team
pretty
is
easily
banned.
in that goal lane. So maybe if Zayaku go in for something like Clint, even the Beatrix is open at this point, or they can even choose the Melissa if they have a Melissa player, so they can have the advantage in that goal lane. But they're gonna go for the Valentina. They're gonna play it safe for now. So mages of both the teams have been picked up, but I really want to see some physical damage dealer
Your
coming in by
team is
Zayaku. They
banning.
do
No matter
not have
what.
anyone.
Well, that's absolutely right. They have Esmeralda and Valentina, which are pretty strong picks in the current meta, like EXP for Esme and Valentina for the mid. So let's see what the blue side would go for the ban. Oh, that's
Your
Aldous.
team is
Wow.
picking.
The ban of the Aldous. Okay, it's a pretty good one because Dregs want to scale for the late game, and Aldous
Hmm.
is just a late game monster. The longer the game goes, the stronger he gets. Maybe that's some kind of strategy they want to use. Probably want to create some space for 1-1 well as Sicilian. Now it's gonna be the
Your team
Xbox
is
being
picking.
logged
Wow.
in by Zai Aku. So this probably Blurry is going to be a gold lane Esmeralda.
Well, I highly doubt that. I guess this Xbox is going into the
Your team
jungle.
is picking.
So far, I'm not sure. But
Hmm.
we are seeing a Fanny pick. That's a new one. That's the first in the tournament, I guess. The first Fanny
Yeah,
pick coming in. Let's see.
I,
Cables.
I I believe so, and it's going to be the Sun into that EXP lane. So both the side laners for the side of Drex are scaling heroes, late game heroes, and their mid lane. Sicilian is also a scaling one. So apart from Fanny, I don't see any early game damage coming in from their side. So this would probably be a good choice for Zayako to pick an early game hero, and they go in with the Granger for that. I'm not quite sure if Granger would work in this lineup because there's a lot of mobility coming in by the Dregs, but we'll have to just wait it out and see. Bloody, we've got the drafts in front of us. Please break it down for us.
Where I believe red has a lot of sustain. I mean, it would be difficult for Fanny to shred them out, considering the Xbox, the Esmeralda, and the Valentina. The only pick off probably is the Granger. So I'm not sure, but let's see how blue team executes this draft. Like the 1-1, Sun and Sicilian, they lack a lot of CC, but I would place my bets on the red team. What about you?
Even I think that Zayako would be having an edge in the mid game probably because they've got the Xbox.
Yeah.
But I don't particularly see a big wombo combo coming in from their side because they picked up an Esmeralda for the dive in. They have got the Granger for that siege and range damage. But we'll have to see that, guys. We're gonna jump into the land of dawn. It's going to be the Dregs on the blue side taking on Zayaku on the red side. Let's see which team gets the win. The first few minutes of the game will be extremely important because Franco will probably jump in to disrupt the Granger with his farming, who actually has not even started yet, but Esmeralda is there to scout him out early.
Well, now I understand the Franco pick. It's for the Fanny. They thought it could be a potential fear, like threat to Fanny, so they picked up. Oh wow, that's a great
Ooh. He did okay, but it was not in the time Granger went in with that retribution. Though Franco is quite low, high loss, will be dropping his revitalize spell right away. That's gonna be the Little Wanderer secured by Granger, so he is farming pretty good. Sat probably needs to farm up quickly as well. He is not very efficient with those ropes as far as I can see, so things might get pretty difficult for them. Plus, but at the end of the day, they've got a late game lineup, so I feel like that their win condition is to play as slow as possible in the early game. What do you think?
Yeah, that I would completely agree to that. But let's see how. Wow.
That hook, man. First blood. No, Sicilian has no mana. Blurry.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with Sicilian. He doesn't have early mana so much. I mean, his skills uses a lot of mana in the early stage, so that's where he lacks.
Absolutely. Now,
interesting hooks.
Just some technical glitches coming in, guys. Don't you worry, we're gonna keep you guys updated as Granger just picked up the turtle, which was in the top side, jumped in, tried to take the buff of Fanny, and now there's a team fight coming in. Franco does not have the body hunt, and that's gonna be high loss for the first blood, going down for the amazing burst damage coming in by the side of Zayaku, getting Sun in return. Fanny will have to retreat using her ropes, and that's gonna be it for the first fight. A tank for an EXP laner. I'm gonna say this trade definitely going in favor of Zayaku, bloody.
Well, yeah, that was not a necessary fight, I would say, because the turtle was lost. I'm not sure why they engaged there. But yeah, the red teams have already developed a goal lead of 1.4k.
Well, that is true. It's going to be an early game snowball comp that's coming in from Zayaku, so they probably would want to increase it further. 1k in around 3.5 minutes. It's something that they would like. Not very high lead, but still they would want to jump in and snowball it. Fanny jumping in, trying to steal away the buff of Granger, will be caught with the body hand. Franco gets in one of his own. That was basically Valentina's I am you coming in, and that's going to be the iron hook on Hylos, who has used up the glorious pathway, and that's going to be Xbox trying to secure one kill. Sun will be finished off. Hylos will the kill secure. Look at the HPs coming in from Zayaku's side. Xbox is solo, and so is Hylos. That's going to be again a 1-for-0 trade in favor of Zayaku.
Wow. Well, I just wanted to point it off, Scared. I'm not sure if you missed or did you see the Valentina? She copied Franco's ultimate, and that has already become another thread for fans.
Yes, absolutely. I did mention that, the I am you, it's actually
yeah.
the name of Valentina's ultimate. Now she did it again, and that's gonna be Franco stand up and caught up in his own ultimate. That's gonna be Franco finish off. Fanny trying to level, but both Fram coming in, and this probably might be the return kill. Yes, that's gonna be Hylos being picked off a tank for a tank. Sicilian still has a lot of mana, so probably might jump in to make a kill on Granger. No, Sanguine Claws not connecting. That's going to be it for this team fight.
Wow, that was some amazing team fight over there, and a lot of team fights back to back.
Definitely. Meanwhile, Blurry, if you're noticing, 1-1 is free farming in that bot side. Just secured a kill on the Xbox, as well as Sun and Esmeralda. Esmeralda, basically, she's almost untouched in that top lane.
Yeah, she's scaling pretty hard, I guess. She's sitting at 2.9k, so that's good enough. That's decent out.
Yes, I agree. The glorious pathway used up. Sicilian caught up in the most awkward position. Fanny trying to get in some return kill, but the damage is not there. We are in the 5.5 minutes of the game. 1-1 taking down the tower of bottom side, and Zayaku will probably trade it for the turtle, though. We might possibly see some contest. That's going to be Sun using up his clones. Esmeralda with the falling star moon yet again goes 2-for-0. That's going to be Franco using up his flicker. His ultimate has been copied by Valentina yet again, and look at that. Zayaku just staying there. Cecilio, what are you doing? He just got stand up and deleted.
Wow, that was quite an off-position play by Sicilian, I would say. Not an ideal position to stay in front of 4 enemies.
Absolutely, and the Dregs are losing all their trades in the top side and the turtle lane, while 1-1 is trying a level best to, get something out of that, finishing off Xbox yet again, going strong to 1-0. She's got the Inspire, though, so I really feel like that if she gets caught, she'll be finished off.
But she does have that second spell, so it's gonna be a bit difficult. Plus, she's on the highest gold in the blue team. She's already finished Koro Scythe and the Windtalk. Let's see if we get to see some ultimates from 1-1. Probably,
Absolutely. And
but the red team is way too tanky. Yeah, I just jinxed it, I guess.
You definitely. I wouldn't say you jinxed it. It was just an off position coming in. Meanwhile, Fanny is not going to escape this time. Got yet again finished off. And the blue buff is going to be lost in the process. Now, 1-1 definitely went with the Koro side and Windtalker, but I really feel like, that's it.
Wow.
Oh, the green ski will be finished off, and Sicilian finishes the job, taking him down with a bat impact and the bat's feast. What a hook coming in by Franco.
That was a good hook. Catching Granger off guard, yep.
It makes me think about your Franco hooks coming in at the clutch.
Truly. Well, the goal lead is slightly reducing if you see Scared. Do you think there would be what would be the win condition for blue team?
To be honest, they need to snowball it as quickly as possible. They were doing an amazing job in the early game, but right now that's going to be Esmeralda taken down in the bottom side. Now, coming back to your question, they were doing extremely good in the early game, but they've kind of lost their flow in this mid game. 1-1 was not shut down enough times. She's got more than enough gold right now. So even though I might argue that Windtalker is not an item you would want to build on that hero in the early game, somehow, he's making it work out. Rindo, he's just doing all he can because he's got basically the highest gold in his team and the highest gold in the lobby.
The wind talker is probably for the movement speed and probably his comfort as well. So now he's prioritizing the DHs. So let's see if one can shred that Esmeralda, X-Bog, and Hylos.
Absolutely. So, the win condition should be like they just have to wait for Team Dregs to make a mistake in the late game, I must say, because Fanny has been caught yet again. Valentina is doing an amazing job of making sure she steals the Franco's ultimate, and that's going to be the re-engage coming in by the Dregs. They try to finish them off, but Sun will be deleted in an instant right away. The damage coming in by Zayaku is extremely high, and that's going to be Franco going in the wrong direction. We'll just show in an emote while he gets finished off in that top side.
Well, I would say the win condition scared for the blue team is probably Sun doing a split push and these guys trying to take an advantage and doing a team fight.
Probably. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna agree. Okay, wait, did Fanny use her ultimate on the buff?
I didn't see that.
I believe that's what I saw. She went in to use the cutthroat on Hylos, but he was out of range, and I believe hit directly her buff. But I don't think so. She got her buff at this point. No, there's no blue buff, so that's I would say, successful steal coming in by the side of Zayaku, and they're gonna secure their own blue buff in the process as well, denying any, energy recharge for Fanny. Meanwhile, in the bottom side, that's going to be 1-1 and Sicilian taking care of Esmeralda, but Sicilian will be bursting down with a Rhapsody. What do you think of that? Blurry.
Well, that was just a bullet in your head, I would say.
You wanted to say something else, but okay, I'm going to take that.
No, man. Like I meant bullet in your head.
Okay, come on. Okay. We'll talk about that once the stream ends.
Well, it just reminds me of a song, so no worries.
Oh my goodness. Man's just going to delete Granger in that process. That was an amazing gank coming in. High loss down to 40% of his HP. That too while he was in the glorious pathway. Man's definitely doing an amazing job at that damage. He's got the DHS as well. Blurry.
Just going for the buzzer. Oh wow, what a great hook.
Absolutely amazing. That's going to be Valentina shut down. High loss uses the revitalize, but there comes in Fanny. No blue buff, but it does not matter. Now the win conditions are going to be the 1-1 Sicilian as well as the Sun. That's going to be the unstoppable crossbow of tanks still available, and the Lord is open for their side, while Sun split pushes in the top side. He will be getting caught by Xbox and Granger.
Well, yeah, as we were talking about the win condition, it's clearly going that way. Franco's hook and 1-1's ultimate, Sun split pushing, so it's working out for them somehow.
This game should have been a side lane game, I must say, because both the side lanes were late game heroes, and Zayaku should have pressurized those lanes, and they should have gotten that push coming in from the sides to choke Team Dregs into their own jungle, but that's something that we did not witness. And Team Dregs main 3 damage dealers, they farmed up enough now. They've got amazing damage. They have 35k gold, so all of them would be having at least 2 of their items. Even though we're still seeing Zayaku controlling the map, they're going for the Lord Blurry.
Wow, as we speak, the Lord has already been shred, and that's being taken by the red team. Over to you, Skin.
Absolutely, and as the team fight continues, there goes in Fanny using the cutthroat as well as the steel cable. Esmeralda with the falling star moon. Fanny will escape. Granger's ultimate death sonata not connecting. The 1-1 wants to go in for some damage. One weakness remaining. No, she gets stunned and gets deleted. In the process, Sicilian gets the revenge kill on Hylos, but the Granger will finish him off. That's going to be falling star moon used yet again to clear the wave. It's just Franco and Fanny without the blue buff trying to defend. Look at that burst damage, Barry.
Wow, that's way too much damage to take. Do you think they will be able to defend this Lord? I guess they have some, so he just did an arrival on the top and the Lord is being melted.
goodness.
Wow.
Probably Sun will be taken down. That's the Rhapsody coming in by Granger. Sun,
Wow.
wait, Sun. Oh, that was the
Fanny
clone.
comes in clutch. Fanny
And
comes in
he
clutch.
just finally, we've been waiting for that moment. That too without the blue buff.
Blue team turret has
Yeah, I
been
mean,
destroyed.
both were off position, so why not pick him off? Just a marksman.
Absolutely. And they successfully defended that Lord, protecting all of the
Yeah,
inhibitors. So
but
they've brought themselves room to breathe, I guess.
yeah, but the thing is, Cecilian has been stacked up. He's already got his LT and COD. He's dealing a ton of damage, so they've got pretty decent lane clear on them, the blue team. So yeah, they managed to
Yeah.
defend.
I agree with you on that point. And even as the necklace of Durin, so even though Franco falls in the
Yeah,
fight, he will be there to apply the anti-regen to Valentina Esmeralda as well as the Granger, who's probably making his last item right now, and it is going to be the Athena shield. So no divine glaive or no penetration coming in from the physical damage dealers, neither Xbox nor Granger.
yeah, that's there. And plus, Cecilian's probably going for a winter truncheon by that 2 items, I guess. Yeah, he is going for winter truncheon.
Yes, and probably Sun
And
will go to the Gulag if he gets caught by the side of Zayaku, who are going in. That's going to be Esmeralda scouting him out. Very okay. Place a bet. Do you think Sun will survive this?
no, I don't think so.
You definitely
Come on,
want that.
come on, this hope. Oh, did he?
No, no way. He takes on all the ultimates, but Xbox will finally jump in to finish him off. His team did not come in for the backup, man.
Yeah, he should have done this probably 10 seconds later because he could have bought some time so that the blue team could have got their hands on the Lord. That
I
would
really
have
feel like,
been ideal situation.
or he could have just arrived back in that top side.
Yeah, but
Diverted the
the CC
attention.
would stop the arrival, I guess. Any CC spell would disrupt the arrival,
Red
if I'm
team
not wrong.
has slain the Lord.
But there was just Esmeralda near him, and I don't think the falling star moon would have been enough to
The
disrupt the arrival.
high loss stun. Yeah, I mean that would have surely.
It was quite far away, but whatever, man. That thing's already done. He arrivals in the bot lane trying to clear it, and okay, will he be caught again? Probably by the same way that the falling star stopping recall this time, and that's going to be him almost getting caught. Let's see if he survives this one. Yes, he will survive.
Yes, he will. He will.
Okay, Granger jumping in as well. That's the Lord from the mid lane. They have to take care of it as quickly as possible because they don't want to face more than 2 waves of those mega minions coming in from top mid as well as bottom lane. But they have to.
Whoa!
That hook!
That's an amazing
Perfect target. They get that kill that they needed. There comes in the Plastic Insanity as well. The crossbow of Tang is being used perfectly. That's going to be Sun being taken down. Another hook landing in, and that's going to be Valentina finished. Oh, that's impact has enough damage to take care of them, and another successful defense coming in by the side of Dregs, bloody.
That's the power of Hook Scared. Never underestimate a friend. The game-changing hook, man. Come on, you have to admit that he got 2 straight hooks. I mean, he just got 2 hooks connected, and that changed the
Blue
whole
team base
side
turret
of the
has been
gang. I
destroyed.
mean, I really like that hook. That Franco's play.
There's no way I'm gonna disagree to any of that because that definitely was the game-changing hook, or at least the game-defending hook for now, and they
Yeah.
get the mid-tier one as well.
Wow. Well, fun fact, Scared. What if Valentina could, also steal spells like the hook? This would have been an amazing, visual for us, like Valentina hooking Franco.
Well, come on, Valentina hooking Franco and then ulting him. That's practically
that's
having
too
one
much.
of the enemy heroes in your team.
Nah. Just one spell. Probably a hook or Franco's ultimate. What if, the hook would have been more funny to watch?
Yeah, absolutely. Mincitar who? Franco who? But that surely would have been funny though. But looking at the current situation of the match, 18 and a half minutes into it, 55.6k to 55.6k goal. Both teams are dead even at this point. Regarding the turrets, if it's definitely Team Zayaku with the lead, but for now, those outer tier two towers, that the one in the top as well as the mid, it's basically just an extra gold for the side of Dregs. But meanwhile, Sun will probably provide extra gold to Zayaku as he's being
Oh,
chased down by Granger as well as Esmeralda, though he's trying to escape. He's still in that bush. Valentina spots him, uses the ultimate on the clone. That's going to be Sun still running away. Franco is there, and so is 1-1. It's going to be a 5v3 battle. Sun will finally be taken down. No, he will not be. Okay, he finally gets finished off. Lasting Insanity. Xbox is way too deep in. He's got the immortality, but the Fanny has done the job in the back line. Look at that spamming. She gets one more person out of the picture. Valentina is forced to use the Vintage Frenzy, and her HP is extremely low. Fanny will finally retreat back. Look at that devastation. Who says Fanny is just an early game hero? She is wreaking havoc in the back line in the late game.
that was some long skirmish, I would say, like probably two minutes. Like, and look at the minion marching from both sides here. Like, Blue needs to push a bit so that they can have
Blue team
the
base
push going
turret has
towards the
been
red side.
destroyed.
Too much of team fights, I would say.
Yes, that is true. And they're basically lost in both the side lane inhibitors. So that's going to give the wave priority to Zayaku at this point. And that's going to just make things easier for them. They have the control over the map.
Yeah, and I must say this: the Fanny has improvised on the cables. Now she's dealing a ton of damage, a lot of damage, I would say.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, the Lord is being started by Zayaku. Franco has scouted them out. Meanwhile, Halas using the glorious pathway. We're probably going to see a major team fight breaking out. Sangin Claus gets to. They probably already have Athena shield on, so not that amazing damage. Meanwhile, Xbox is almost at the verge of losing his shield. There comes
Wow.
for Sicilian. That's going to be Sun taking the top lane tower while the team fight is also being won by their own team. Double kill coming in 2-4-3-4-0 trade in favor of Team Dregs. Meanwhile, Sun almost getting the inhibitor. Esmeralda will have to run away. Granger will take him down though in the process, but not before he takes the inhibitor. There's the split push, bloody. There's the
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's the only reason he took Arrival, and it's working for his side. Will we see an ultimate? Yes, it's a double kill.
Hero has been slain.
Wow. I'm speechless, guys.
But they do have Lord in their side, but that's a
That's not
wipeout.
the win condition.
That's the
not the win
wipeout.
condition.
That's going to be the Dregs taking the crystal and winning the game. What are those hooks along with the late game coming in from the side of Dregs? Just losing the whole match right from the beginning and then getting the win in the end.
Wow. Amazing Sun, I would say. Amazing Sun and Franco. Game changing.
So, what do you think about this match, Blurry? I'm just gonna leave this part to you.
Well, as I said, it's the split push and one's ultimate and probably game changing hooks. And they had that. So, yeah, they won it. I told you that was the win condition. The game changing hook. They got it.
I'm definitely gonna agree with you on that one. And let's focus that Vanon has not made any boots, so he's definitely abusing the fact that Van can, dash around while using those basic attacks. That's what I used to usually. And Fanny with the Vorax blade to destroy as well as the Malefic Roar. No wonder she was dealing almost no damage in the early game and then went on to deal almost 20% of the damage in that late game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of damage. Like, I'm not versed with Fanny's skills, but the way she was using the cables and shredding those tanky heroes, Esmeralda, Xbox, Hylos, she was just peeling them off like crazy.
Absolutely. I'm just going to agree with you on all that point. So the MVP is definitely going to go to Rindo with 11.37 on that 1-1. He probably forgot to sell that, leather jerkin, that
Oh
one
yeah,
item which he could have traded it for something more. But none of that matters as they're the ones who are getting the win, bloody. You want to say
yeah,
something?
yeah. I was saying it's just the pressure. I would say he just forgot to sell that item, but yeah, an amazing gameplay by both the teams. I would say.
Yes, absolutely. So that's going to be it for this match, guys. The Dregs came out on top, surprising each one of us, losing the whole game since the beginning and then getting the win in the late game with that one sweeping wipeout. First, three people near the Lord and then in their base. So that's going to be it for this match. Make sure to stay tuned as we still got one more match remaining, which you definitely do not want to miss. It's going to be BTK. And no, it's not Bloodthirsty Kings. It's literally BEETEEKAY. BTK. Yes, that's their
Wow,
name. And they'll be up
I
against
was like,
team. And they'll be up against the team next gun. Probably they just wanted to do that, KLPD. I'm not gonna say what it actually means, but make sure to stay tuned, guys. Hit that like button. We'll be right back. without any major delays, guys, we are back again. It's going to be the second match of the evening between Team BTK taking on Team Nextgun. So blurry, the BTK. That's not actually the BTK is here. Who do you think? What do you think about the bans and picks in this game? Because in the previous one, we did see Sicilian being opened and leaving a major impact in that. Possibly.
Well, I'm expecting a Sicilian pick as a first pick, probably. What do you think?
Sicilian might be. Yes, he might be picked up, or they can even decide to go for something else. Maybe something in the lines of an assassin, probably picking a Ling, Lancelot, Hayabusa. I do want to see the gameplay of assassins, man. I do miss them a lot because such a fast-paced game they have, quick in and out, and then an escape. It's just a lovely combination coming in. But this time it's going to be Yin being banned out by Team Nextgun. That's going to be the Melissa.
Yep.
BTK do not want to pick that hero or let the enemy have it. Glue will be the final ban. First pick, bloody quick guess.
Lolita.
All right, definitely is open, can be picked up, and the Sicilian is there up for grabs as well.
Your team
Jesus,
is
you've got a
picking.
deal, man.
I should have bet on that one, man.
Absolutely. Not that you would have got anything out of it, though, but that's going to be Sicilian as the answer by the side of Nextgun. They're showing the Esmeralda, so that's going to be an EXP laner picked up as well. Two fairly late game heroes right off the bat. I believe they've shown too many cards right away, bloody.
Yeah, I mean, it's prio pick, I would say. The Sicilian is the meta pick. EXP for Esmeralda, so let's see how BTK wants to answer those two picks.
Maybe we're picking some early game heroes, and Beatrix and Roger are just
Your team
those.
is picking.
They did nerf some early game of the Beatrix, but I still feel like that in the mid game, after getting the Blade of Despair, you get an amazing power boost, and
Your team
that's going to be
is
the Clint being
Mhm.
picked up by Team Nextgun. Okay.
Yeah, pretty smart draft, I would say. They
Your
don't want to
team is
reveal the
standing.
rest of the draft, so they're just going in with their gold laner and banning out that Lilia, which is also a menace against the Sicilian, I would say. Let's see what BTK has to ban. Probably a tank, which would be a Kufra or a Rafaela. Oh, it's the jungler.
Your team is picking.
That's another decent choice. Over to you, Scare.
Yes, they're reducing the jungle options though, because Roger's going to jump into the jungle. That's going to be Tiggy being picked up as the answer for Lolita. Okay, so I really feel like Nextgun, instead of getting something for their own playstyle, they're more in like answering towards the draft of BTK, because they've got the Clint to counter the Beatrix, they've got Diggy to counter that Lolita, as well as to provide that shield just so their teammates cannot be bursted down by Rogers like and
Your
pounce.
team
That's
is
going to be the
picking.
Kakura as well as the Lapu Lapu. The final two picks coming in by the side of BTK. Let's see what Knicks can take to finish off their draft with. They do need a jungler. I feel like Bane might be a good option. I really feel like Bane
I
could be a
guess
really good option.
Lancelot or a Granger. Not sure. I
Mm,
guess it's a Lance coming in. I don't know. I just have that feeling.
wait a minute. Is this
What?
a jungle Hylos or jungle Clint?
No, it's a
Nick.
jungle Hylos.
Okay, so that's going to be the
Wow.
first time we're gonna witness a jungle tank.
Well, this reminds me of Blacklist comp. Ted, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I do remember that game, and they did extremely well with that jungle tank because tanks did get a buff, and we can clearly see that Autumn has the jungle emblem as well. That's basically means he's
Yeah.
going to be killing those creeps extremely fast.
But do you think we will be, seeing a lot of invades from the red side since they have Diggy and Hylos? They can just jump into the jungle and deny a lot of farm to that Roger. What do you think here?
Can definitely do that, playing super aggressive in the early game. That can be a choice.
Mhm.
But looking at their composition, Sicilian is a scaling hero, and so is Esmeralda. So maybe they would just want to play it safe for the early game. They want to make sure that Roger does not get a snowball in, probably, and then hold the game out till the Sicilian gets his items, stacks up.
Yeah.
And so does Clint with his endless battle and probably a Berserker's Fury if he wants to go in for the crit build, or maybe a Blade of Despair for just that raw damage. We'll just have to wait it out and see as we're going to jump into the land of dawn. Everyone is going to be the BTK on the blue side, taking on Hexagon on the red side. Final game of the evening. Let's see which team will get the win. So probably for the starting, since it's Lapu Lapu in the lane of Esmeralda, that's definitely going to be Esmeralda winning that matchup, Blurry. So the the side lanes are definitely in favor of the side of Team Hexkin. Nexkin, that is.
Yep, I would completely agree on the EXP side, but let's see how the gold lane goes since they have Diggy, which is gonna be. Oh, as I said, they're gonna be invading their jungle, so Hylos just stole their first camp. Diggy coming along. Are they going to invade? What do you think,
Man,
sir?
I don't think so. They're probably too focused on taking away those creeps from Roger, making sure that they're going to deny him the level 4. They're just taking that farm away. Lolita seems to be in trouble, though. Reverse time journey is available, but Hylos wants to target someone else. That's going to be the time bomb. Roger did not get his red buff. Hylos stole it away. So this strategy of playing
Yeah,
extremely aggressive in the early game is working out for their side.
wow, that was expected. And Hylos is already level 4. Roger's been denied half of this, probably 70% of his own jungle. Like he lost his red buff, 2 small camps, so that's pretty much a good lead for the Hylos. So let's see.
Absolutely, because this is just a game of gold, man. Because all you need to do
Yeah,
is either get so much gold from your own jungle and the kills that the enemy cannot compete with you, or just deny their own farm. Because you're just creating a gold gap, and that is exactly what Team Nextgen are doing right now. Esmeralda having the priority in a lane, so lanes are definitely being won by their side, and so is the jungle. Now they're gonna jump in for the blue again, choking Roger. I really feel so sad for him. Hylos does not have the retribution, so there's a glorious pathway. Kagura with the yin yang over in the backline. Sicilian extremely low, will be caught by the Landshaker. Lafu gets the first blood, but the blue buff has been taken down by Roger. That's a double kill coming in. The fight is still on. That's a full 5-man coming in from the side of Team BTK. Gozu General will use his pick to jump away, and so will Diggy. This invasion has costed them 2 important kills, and that's gonna bring the gold lead back to 0. Bloody.
wow, wow, that was an amazing follow up by Lapo, I would say. And fun fact, we also have Gosu General playing against BTK.
All right, I'm just gonna think I did not hear any of that though. Because people in the comments keep on mentioning MOBAs in light and etc like that. They're gonna probably start mentioning Ghost of the Light as well. But let's not talk about that and look at the current situation of the match, which seems to be going in favor of yet again BTK. But they're gonna go in for a chase on that Roger. Glorious pathway was not quite how we expected, but that's gonna be Kagura being taken down now. It's just a 4 is said will be stunned up and will be finished off. Hylos is definitely not showing any mercy to them. Diggy is back in the field as well. So a 2-for-1 trade going in favor of team Nixgun. I keep on saying them Hixgun, man. Jeez.
Wow. Well, that wasn't a good trade, I would say. Kagura, I mean, she traded her life for Diggy, and Diggy just respawned, and that's a mage for a tank. I mean, that's not, yeah. Plus a
Absolutely.
gold in.
Yeah, that's gonna be Nibiru's passion though being used up just to clear that wave. So this probably means that next gun will be having enough room to take this second turtle as well. Though the positioning of BTK seems to be a little better from them, but nah, they're just gonna jump back. They're gonna keep on farming. Look at the place where Esmeralda is cutting that wave near the inhibitor, and Hylos will be securing this turtle without any major difficulties. Yes, that's the retribution though. Flick, Norman Blast coming in of Lolita. She is caught between 5 people. Definitely not gonna survive that. No escape remaining. That's going to be yet another win coming in for the team NXG. Next game.
Yeah, that's an improvement. Well, finally, Roger got his hands on that red buff with the retribution.
Absolutely, man. Like this is probably the second red buff of this match. Hylos still stealing away those creeps as much as possible. It's not to keep that gold gap.
Yeah, they have developed the gold lead again, NXG.
It's just a 2,000 gold lead though, because that's basically just one team fight away from being shifted towards BTK. But then again, the objectives that are being taken goes to General using the flicker to escape the Nominal Blast, making sure he does not fall into the hands of BTK. That just means Roger was left open towards his blue buff, and Esmeralda and Hylos knew exactly what's happening. They're trying to steal away that farm as well. Roger being denied his blue. That's going to be Esmeralda with a falling star moon, trying to take the life of Roger, but that's going to be Roger being surviving with the help of Ayan while Lapu Lapu takes that top lane out, shifting the pressure from his team towards the enemy side lanes, even by a little bit. He uses the land shaker. No, not being allowed. Raging slashes. They're gonna come in. Diggy with his ultimate as well, trying to save the life of all 3 people. And that's going to be Lapu Lapu trying to run away. Flicker coming in, and the yin yang overturn with the execute finishes up the job. EXP laner traded for an EXP laner 1-for-1 trade. Though I still do not see what objective these teams will try and take after this team fight, but probably the turtle will be secured yet again by NXG.
Oh, Cecilian's damage. I guess he's got his power spike, like 2 slash, and he just got Beatrix and the Lolita.
I believe it's just literally the stacks, because looking at the items, he has Clock of Destiny, still working on his way to Lightning Truncheon, and probably 100 to 200 gold away right now. But look at the farm difference. It's got 4.2k, while Lapu Lapu is the only one who's above him with 4.3k. So
that's right.
The gold lead is finally kicking in, and Hylos went with the Clock of Destiny as the first item and now is going in for the Radiant Armor after building the Dreadnought Armor. So definitely Kagura will not be able to burst him down so easily. Meanwhile, he goes in to invade again. Roger not being able to secure his blue buff yet again. Kagura using the ultimate, trying to clear the mid lane minion wave. Blurry, what do you think should be done by the side of BTK to come on top in this game?
I believe they should just hold on to their turrets, because, Roger's being denied a lot of farm from the start. All he needs to do is probably, just farm from the waves that are going to collapse on the second turret, and just look for some pickoffs, because they might fall off in the late game. They have Diggy and Hylos, so let's just hope Roger and Beatrix scales up.
Oh my goodness, that's definitely not what's happening right now as he gets bursted down by Sicilian, and Kagura jumping into the back line dealt amazing damage but was not enough because the Tiggy's ultimate was there to save the life of him as well as Sicilian. They are definitely, you know, using the best advantage that they could have gotten from their own strategy, still continuously choking the jungle of Roger. They're not letting him farm at all. Look at that, literally not even one green creep except the one on that top side. Blurry.
Well, I feel really bad, man. Like Roger is completely dependent on a snowball, and NXG has just denied. I mean, they just denied his farm. There's no way he can snowball. Now they're also taking the Lord plus the early 2 turtles, so that's a huge difference to come back for BTK.
Absolutely. Now Lord is jumping in from the top side. They'll probably get all the outer towers for themselves, but we'll have to wait and see if Team BTK manage to defend this Lord, or at least the inhibitors, because things seem really difficult for them. They're already 2 to 3 levels behind. It's just Lapu Lapu who is currently farmed enough and went in with the dominance eyes along with the bloodlust axe. So I really don't feel like he'll be able to finish anyone off except of the Sicilian, who is building the dominance eyes for himself while the fight breaks out in the top lane. Lolita is being forced to use the flicker. Glorious pathway was casted as well, but Sicilian's damage, look at that. Lapu Lapu half HP, my goodness, forced to use his ultimate right away, and they're gonna just take the outer towers, not focusing on those inhibitors though. So very disciplined game coming in by the side of NXG with the falling star moon used yet again. Meanwhile, there's the Norman on blast along with a flicker, but an amazing ultimate of Diggy preventing anyone from being caught in that ultimate. GGWP to team NXG for that play.
Wow, that was an amazing ult by Deggy. And I have a real good question for you, Scared. How many red buffs did Roger take in this match?
I believe just one.
Nah, it was 2.
Okay. Not that I'm gonna get anything out of it, but okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So still this match as it's continuing, the skill is, the kill card is pretty low, 4 to 9, but the goal difference is of 8k, and almost jumping up to 9k in favor of Nixgan. They've basically caged Team BTK in, and they've been doing what they were doing since the starting of the match, denying all the farms. So guys, for the viewers, I would want to say that this is also an amazing strategy. Tank jungle, oh, 3-man falling stammered by Esmeralda, though that's going to be everyone from the side of BTK retreating towards their safety. Now coming back to what I was saying, this is also an amazing strategy. Tank into the jungle and having an so aggressive early game that you just do not let your opponents farm, because at the end of the day you need gold difference. Gold difference is what that matters, and that is exactly what's acting up right now. Though BTK just 5k away from the 32k mark, in which almost all of their members will be having 2 items at least. So the cores will be having their major damage items. So maybe you might see some power spike at that point. Larry, what do you think?
Well, Roger is far too away from power spike, I would say. He's just got wind talking, it's not even War Axe, so he is quite behind to catch up on the power spike. It's gonna be difficult for BTK since this Lord goes uncontested, so it's gonna be difficult for them to defend without enough waves here.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, look at that mid lane being forced out, though Lolita has been finished off, but the damage is coming in from Clint. Look at that! Kagura almost taken out. The level difference is acting up as well right now. Clint went with the endless battle and the blade of despair, so he just went in with the raw damage, and the lot is coming in from the top side as well. Blurry, quick guess, do you think BTK will be able to defend this one, or will team next gen are gonna secure the game?
Well, it's a win since Gosu General is full farm. He has already got the POD and Thunderbird, and Sicilian already has dominance. So
Blue team base turret has been
Absolutely,
it's a
that's gonna
win.
be. We'll just have to wait it on to see. Oh my goodness, look at that. Kagura has to jump away with her umbrella, but the flicker coming in by Esmeralda will not let her escape. And look at Lord taking down the base. It's just Roger remaining. The crystal is totally open, and that's going to be next gun trying to secure the game. Roger trying his level best, but it will not be enough as next gun seal the game with the second Lord. So indeed, Larry, you've been on point with your guesses for today. Now, please tell the viewers what went wrong for the side of BTK in this match.
Well, BTK didn't have any answer to respond to the high losses invade, the aggression. Instead of Kagura, if they had a different mage like a Louis or probably a Valir to stop that aggression, early aggression coming from NXG would we could have seen a different picture if only the Kagura wasn't picked. Like an early mage, probably a Valir would have stopped the invasion coming from NXG. That could have been the only thing that could have changed the whole outcome of this match.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna agree with you on that point. Just having the Roger was not enough, and BTK could not manage to stop the invasion coming in from Hylos and Diggy right in that early game. They could not even go for the parallel jungling as well in this match because, you know, it was just a full brick wall coming in by NXG and then pushing them away slowly. So GG's WP
Yeah.
for two team NXG. Maybe we're going to see more of them using this similar strategy in the games that are yet to come. So we're going to have some amazing matches in the future, guys. And if you all want to spectate those, you need to make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you get notified with of every match that we're going to bring forward for you. That is going to be it for this night. We're probably going to tell you the result of this match on our community post, and you can even join our Discord server for the updates regarding our tournament. And make sure to visit our website www.coltesports.com. Link is in the description. You'll find our every project that this team has done, and you definitely are going to be amazed after seeing what all achievements we have. So you want to make sure to click that link as well. Now that's going to be it from me, Scared Yet, and my amazing co-caster Blurry. Thank you for joining me, my friend. We're probably going to see more of you and more of your casting in future. We're all looking forward to it. So thank you, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a good night.